Welcome back, students. In this session, in data handling, I will be discussing about typecasting as well as introduction to basic Python modules. In that, we will be discussing math module, statistics module, and random module respectively. Let us learn what typecasting is. So this is a very important question. So an explicit type conversion is user-defined conversion. Let us check what it is. User-defined conversion that forces an expression to be of specific type. We are trying to change the data type of an existing one. The explicit type conversion is also known as typecasting. So here how we are going to do it. See here B is equal to 5.3. 5.3 is a float value which has a decimal value namely 0.23 to it, attached to it. If I am trying to use int before this one, the variable b, I am forcefully trying to convert the float value to integer, which means this 0.23 will get truncated. Here, if we have a equal to 3, right, float of a is not going to get affected. Why? Because we are trying to move from a lower data type to a higher data type. That is not at all a problem. When you are trying to move from higher to lower, truncation takes place. Again, I repeat, with respect to typecasting, when we are trying to convert from a higher data type to a lower data type, namely from float to int to what is that, character and all. If you are trying to move from higher to lower, truncation is possible. Example 1 here, right? C is equal to 3 plus C is equal to 3 plus int of 5 by 8. This is what my first example is. When I am trying to print the value of C, actually 5 by 8 is 0.4 something. The system will ignore something with respect to decimal. So my answer for C will be 3 only. With respect to the next print statement, see here, Boolean of int of I am having a string or a character as an input that is getting converted to integer. The 0 is not actually a character as of now, since it is in quote, it is a character. This character data type is getting typecasted to integer. So it becomes 0. Now 0 is a value. Bool of 0 is going to give me the answer as false. This is how the second example goes with. With respect to third one, str of 0. Now 0 is an integer input. You are trying to typecast that one to string, or you are trying to convert that one to string, and then you are applying Boolean. Here, this is going to give me the result as true. Then the last one is Boolean of, within quotes they have given 0.0. This you are, yes, this is not a float one, whereas this is a what is that, string. So you are going to have the answer as true. The answers for line number, now let me write here itself so that we can check. The answer for this one is 3. Here the character has been converted to integer. So int of that is integer means it is 0. So 0 means it is in Boolean value is false. Then you are having an integer value which is converted to string. So this means it is true, and here also it is true. Let us try to check, reconfirm it by running the code. See, this is what the same result we have obtained. 3 false, true, true. I hope typecasting is clear. Now we will move on to mathematical module. You do have many functions, inbuilt functions, which are present in this particular module called as math module. So let us discuss some of the functions. So here I am having ceil function. Ceil means it is ceiling, highest value. Floor means it is the lowest value. The exp means exponential. F-abs means it is modulus for, what is that? Floating variable. Modulus for floating thing. That is in max modulus of, what is that? You will be using, uh, what is that? You will be writing a number in between. Let me try to give an example here itself. So people will be writing this one. What is that? One single line. Bar -5. They will be writing like this. This is what, this is for non-integer number. This is for modulus of -5.2. This is going to give me the result as 5.2, right? For decimal, you will be using math.fabs. Power of 5, 2, SQRT of 10, sine of 45. Here, let us run this code and let us check with the answer, and we'll go for the explanations. As I said, ceil denotes our ceiling, right? It is the upper limit. Even though if I give a number less than 5.5, even it is 5.10, I am going to get the answer as 6, right? Ceiling denotes the top value, whereas floor 5.2 I have given, it means only 5. Let me check with 5.7 with respect to floor. Let me run the same code. Even it is above 0.5 also, floor takes only the lowest value. Then exp of 2, they have tested with the -2. It is, we need not have -2. Exp of 2, you are getting a value exponential. You do have an expression for this one. 1 plus x square by 2 something plus x cube by 3. So it moves on something like that, the expression. So modulus here is, I have given -5.2. It is taking the +1. That is modulus. Power 5, 2, you are having 25.0. Then SQRT of 10, it is giving. See the advantage of this mathematical modulus. You need not write a code in order to compute the power or square root. Or you need not write the series for sine series or cos. I have tested with the cos series here, sorry. So the statement should be like cos. Now this would be, you are having the same answer. Cos 45, right? So you need not know the expression. Without knowing the expression, the system has been, the code has been written already. You are just incorporating the code. How to use it now? Math is the module name. Math is the module name. Again, I recollect. Math is the module name. Math dot that particular function along with the, what is that, parameters. If you give na, you can able to check in. So this is with respect to mathematical module. Now we will move on to a simple module called as statistics module. Here also you are having hell a lot of functions. We will be discussing only 3 functions, namely mean, median, mode, which you would have studied in class 10. All right. Mean means average. So here I am taking a list as an example. I am taking list as an example. I'm having how many numbers? 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers I am having. So statistics dot mean means it uh, totals all the elements which are present in the list. That is, it totals all these things, and then it divides it by 9. So median means the middle value among the 9 numbers. The middle value is 4.5. With respect to mode, the highest what is that, a value which is getting repeated, we call it as a mode. Here 1 comes 1 time, 2 comes 2 times, 3 comes 3 times, and 4 comes 4 times. So the answer for mode would be what? It would be 4. Now let us run this particular code. The first one for what is that, average, that is mean, is 14.1. The second one is, it is 4.5, which is 5 itself. 3, 4. Yes. For the third one, mode, it is 4. All right. So this is what with respect to statistics is. And one more thing you have to remember with respect to one point I would like to highlight. With respect to the data which you are going to give inside the function, mean, median, mode, mean, median, and mode, the input will be normally, the input will be a list of values. The input will be a normal list of values. See here, y equal to statistics dot median. Inside the function, I have given a list for median, as well as mode also I have given. With respect to mean, I have given only x, whereas I have defined x outside as a list itself. So this is what you have to note with respect to statistics modulus. Moving on to the last module, import random. This is a very important module. So you will be having questions in class 12. So you are having functions, namely random. Any here also statistics dot mean I have used, statistics dot median I have used, that is module name dot function name. Here, instead of writing the big name, the module name itself, I am using one more statement called as import random as R. Wherever I am going to use random, that is module name, I can use it as R. The previous example also I would have used it. Statistics as A, import statistics as S. Wherever I am using statistics, I can use it as S dot mean, S dot median, S dot mode. Similarly, here I am trying to use it. R dot random. Random is a function which do not take any parameter. Kindly remember it. I have given an what is that? A common statement itself. It generates a real number between 0.0 to 1.0. That is, it is going to generate a float number which is in between 0.0 and 1.0. Whereas if I want to generate a float number between two given numbers, I will be using another thing called as R dot uniform of 2, 5. That is A, B. Here it is going to generate a number in between 2 and 5. Both 2 is inclusive as well as 5 is inclusive. This is what you have to remember. In the common statement itself, I would have clearly mentioned it as generates a real number between A and B. Both are inclusive. I can able to see 2.0 as well as I can able to see 5.0. Both are inclusive. So this is with respect to uniform. And you do have one more method to generate a random between numbers. That is r dot random of 35 minus 15 plus 12. Anyhow, this plus 15, I'm going to have the least number as 15. Since I want to generate a number in between 35 to 15, how I am doing it now? Upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit is 35 and lower limit is 15. So here it would be 20. So minimum number will be 15, maximum number will be 35, and herein you will be able to generate, what is that? A float value. With respect to generating an integer one, this is the example which we should remember generally. This they will be asking in a problem. R dot rand int of 15 comma 35. Here it is going to, as the meaning itself states that rand int, it is going to generate a number, integer number in between 15 to 35. And the last one is rand range, which it takes three parameters: starting value, ending value, and the increment value. So here rand range generates an integer number which is inclusive of 2 and 10. Which is inclusive of 2 and 10. It can be 2, it can be 4, it can be 6, 8, 10. This is what rand range is. If I give 1, I don't have any meaning. Sorry. Let me try to give it as 3. The increment part as 3. Here in this example, I have shown only 2. So let it be 2 itself. Let us run this code more than one time and let us check. This is the first time. For the first output, between 0 and 1.0, 0.7 it has returned. Between 2, 5 it has returned 2.0. Again, with respect to this one, the third one, it has generated a value which is 15 to 35. Between, it is 20.9. Whereas the fourth one, 15, 35, integer alone, 34 I have obtained. 2, 10, 8, within the possibilities are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 respectively. I have obtained it as 8. Let me run it once again. See here the last output. 2, 4, 8, 10 I have obtained 2. In the integer I have obtained 21. Here 32.8. 2.0. Now it is 0.8 for the first output. If I run multiple times, I'll be having various answers. So now you can also check this answer. Let me run once again. We have seen 8, we have seen 4, we have seen 2. Now we have seen 6 with respect to the last output, rand range. Here 31 is visible with respect to rand int. So the other 3 things are examples of what is that? Generating float numbers. So this float, this is random module, is very much important. So I hope this session is clear. Thank you.